VindictiveSoundLabs.com. Drum kits and samples. Made for producers, by producers.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Diggy Dre. I'm excited to tell y'all that I just opened up VindictiveSoundLabs.com. It's drum kits and samples made for producers by producers. I know some of y'all are thinking, who is Diggy Dre? So let's see. I could put it this way. Music runs in my family. Actually, I have a grandpa who was famous. I have some of his vinyl records. He did like rock and roll, saxophone, Fast forward, I think I was about 15, wanted to start making beats, couldn't afford any real equipment, the thing that was out at the time was Fruity Loops. Everybody in high school that wanted to do a beat was talking about Fruity Loops. And for some of the younger people that are making beats now that don't know what the fuck Fruity Loops is, it is FL Studio. Now, when I first started tinkering with beats, it was on Fruity Loops 3. Now they've changed the name somewhere along the way, and it is on FL Studio 12 or some shit. I don't know. I use Propeller Head Reason. I love that shit. But anyways, so started making beats, and always wanted to cut a record. Didn't cut a record until 2011. It was called Welcome to Cali. Shout out to Luke Carey. Shout out to everybody in Australia, Japan that has bought that record. I'm surprised to see different places I was able to get that record. I just found out like it's big for me. I know it's not big for everybody else, but Tower Records, if you know the history of Tower Records, they were a major, legendary record supply store. I just found out that my first album is as a CD is offered on there. VIP Records in Long Beach, if you recall, Snoop Dogg recorded What's My Name, Snoop Dogg, they had my first record. So bestbuy.com, but anyways, fast forward, because I already fucked that money up. I'm getting ready to release another album, at least at the time of this video. I'm still working on it. I'm getting ready to release the Refunk era, which is West Coast anthems, G-Funk with a new twist. I'm not even sure exactly how to explain the sound to you, but I'm not using samples on anything on the album. I'm producing everything from scratch. The guest appearances on the album are gonna be Wands, the guy that did the hook on the Macklemore song Thrift Shop, and Eazy-E's son, Baby Eazy, aka Eazy-E 3. If you'd never heard of him, go check him out. He's got some good shit too, especially if you like NWA or Eazy-E. You're gonna like, just check it out. Anyways, on to Vindictive Sound Lab. So really, I did not mean to launch a drum sample company. I started working on this West Coast G-Funk Reason Refill. And it was really meant just for me. Something I could just dig in and, produce and do all the things that I want to do with it. And out of nowhere one day, the idea came about. Hey, what if I can expand this and make it into a product? I got tired of, I'm not a loop person. I don't care for loops. And every time I turn around and look for something West Coast, it's either you're going to load it into a VST plugin, which I fucking hate those, or you're going to end up with loops. That was basically it. It seemed like nobody had gone in and done that for Propeller Head Reason. So I turned around and said, fuck it, I'm releasing it. And I wanted to do it the right way. So I ended up with a Moog programming patches on that. If anybody knows, most of Parliament, Funkadelic, by the way, they just dropped a new track with Kendrick Lamar and Ice Cube. It's called Ain't That Funkin' Kinda Hard on You. You guys need to check that shit out. That shit's hot. They dropped the music video. I love it. But anyways, Parliament, Funkadelic. As most people know, the G-Funk era was, I'd say it was kicked off by Dr. Dre, but do your research. It goes back to Ruthless Records, Thumbs up to Big Hutch. If you guys don't know who that is, it's Big Hutch from Above the Law. He had the G-Funk sound. Dr. Dre just made it popular. I'm not going to say he stole it because I'm not taking nobody's sides here, but yeah. Anyways, the Chronic album, sampled a lot of Parliament, Funkadelic, or what they call P-Funk, and turned into G-Funk, and that was the real sound of West Coast hip-hop. I don't know what some of this other shit is, but anyways. A lot of that shit was produced with a Moog, so I'm thinking, how am I going to launch this West Coast G-Funk refill and not build patches in a Moog, multi-sample them into the NNXT of Propeller Head Reason and make that shit playable by you guys, and I was like, damn, that would add some extra authenticity, and at the same time, you guys would kind of have more of an analog feel with some of those sounds. So I had to put the whole refill on hold while I tried to come up on a Moog. The shit took a few months. And by this time, I'm already having so much fun fucking with sounds, And by the way, I also went to school and, graduated as an audio engineer. And, they kind of touched on sound design, but, of course, when you take an audio engineer course, you expect mixing and mastering. That's why there is a sound design course that's separate, But I'm waiting to get this damn Moog, and I'm having so much fun already fucking with sounds that it's like, fuck it, I started digging in records and sampling different drums and, hooking up microphones and sampling other people's shit, other people's drums, and even had a guy come through with a bass guitar and play different notes, and, so I just really got into sound, and boom, it hit me. I'm already running vindictiverecords.com. Fuck it, I'm gonna build a sound site. So here we are, vindictivesoundlabs.com. We've got the Compton kit, which will give you guys some quick type sounds, some Dre type shit. We've got the Cali Lo-Fi that's gonna give you some, new school and old school, but the whole kit just sounds SP1200 vinyl fucking, I don't even know how to describe it. It sounds vintage and new school at the same time. Like, it's just futuristic old school, Then we have Diggy Dre's West Coast claps and snares. That kit right there speaks for itself. The title speaks for itself. Then we got Back to the Old School. That one is a whole lot of shit that'll give you new disco, fucking boogie funk, freestyle, old school, techno, Miami bass, so you can get a lot of different genres out of that one kit. Nothing that is going to come out of Vindictive Sound Labs, at least right now, maybe knock on wood, but I don't do the whole loop thing, so pretty soon there'll be some beats, available, leasing, exclusive. I might even get into a mixing and mastering service, so this is just a beginning. Well, we'll see how it expands, So with that, being said, for all you producers out there, go ahead and check out VindictiveSoundLabs.com. Drum kits and samples made for producers by producers. Like
VindictiveSoundLabs.com. Drum kits and samples made for producers by producers.